today, I knew that it had rained last night just by looking in the mirror. Yep. Anyway, I've gotten a lot of really positive feedback on my episodes, if you will, about bisexuality. And I've even got some questions that, well, no one actually has sent me questions, but you know, I thought I would give you guys just one other sampling. A couple weeks ago, on another website, I was asked by someone who considered themselves straight whether they were gay or bisexual. And the reason they asked me this was because though he considered himself straight, he found himself very attracted to boys in drag. However, you know, the minute they, you know, became boys, he no longer found them attractive. So he writes and says, so, am I gay? Am I straight? Am I bisexual? What am I? I think people are very quick to label themselves. And to some degree, that is a natural instinct because it can be very confusing to recognize that perhaps there is no gay, straight, bisexual. You know, sexuality is an incredibly fluid thing. This has been proven scientifically. There are just so many different facets of it. So to answer that question, you might be straight and just like boys in drag and still manage to be completely straight. You might also be bisexual. You might be gay. But the fact of the matter is that what's more important than labeling yourself is exploring who you are in a safe environment and really asking yourself honestly these kind of questions, because really we're the only people that can answer these questions about ourselves. No one is going to say, oh, well, judging by that, you should be, you know. I mean, people will, but, you know, that's not really the answer you're looking for. You know, we live in a time where people are getting more and more conscious of the fact that sexuality is not a big deal. You know, there's been so much of this very strict, very rigid understanding of sexuality when in fact it's not much of an understanding at all. So, to answer the question, you know, fool around. I mean, not fool around, but, you know, think about it. Think about it a very long time. You know, and if you feel you might enjoy, you know, fooling around, then, you know, experiment if you can, you know? I mean, as long as you do it safely. I mean, because, you know, experimenting, I mean, I'm all for experimentation, but if you're stupid about it, then there's gonna be consequences that could be really bad. But, you know, that's that. I actually got an email today from you, Roland, who is coming to terms with his bisexuality, but at the same time he doesn't know whether he wants to live bisexual or not. And that's interesting to me because to me that says that you're not quite there yet, in the sense that you've not completely accepted who you are. Now that just might be because I just don't know your whole story, but from what you tell me, you know, it's just something, I mean, you know, I'm not gonna say that people have to, you know, dive into themselves and discover who they really are, because this is not an easy process. And to some people, it's not even worth it. But really, it is, whether you like it or not. I mean, it's because you don't know yourself until you know yourself sexually. That's a Rick James quote. But, yeah, Rick James. And, you know, he knew what he was talking about. Rick James. But, the thing is, you know, I mean, the fact of the matter is that it's always going to be worth it if you find out something new about yourself, and that it's always going to be worth it if you have just that more acceptance of yourself. People who live in denial of who they are suffer the most. And I know this from experience, and I know this from my friends, and, you know, I mean, the thing is, you know, that's just not the way it should be. And if you aren't proud, if you aren't happy with who you are, then that's a problem, and that's something you have to fix. I mean, will it be easy? No. But will it be instant? No. Will it... I mean, because it all depends on where you're from. I grew up in a very supportive system, and a very supportive family. And I'm fucking... I mean, I'm not really, like, proud to be bisexual, because I don't feel like it's a big enough deal that I need pride. But I am most certainly proud of who I am. I have pride for myself. I'm a vain motherfucker. That's you know, you cannot stop my self-satisfaction. You can't stop it. You cannot stop the tide. What I'm getting at is that to be comfortable exploring sexuality completely is a gift. And it's a gift that only you can give to yourself. And it is a gift. The wrapping paper looks really nice. It has a bow on it. And when you open up, it's like, oh my god, I'm gonna wear this forever! You know? Anyway. So thank you for your support, everyone. And if you send me some questions, I will try to answer them, because I'm not gonna say that I know everything, but I won't stop you if you say it. Lily. I got these gourmet jelly beans for Easter. And, like, you know, they're good, but, like, they're in these little boxes, so, like, I feel, like, bad eating them, because they look so nice. You know? I mean, when I have an empty box in here, it's gonna be a grim day. Grim. Speaking of grim days, it's fucking cold out, and it's... fuck, you know? Anyway. So, yeah. You know? One good way to experiment with yourself sexually, look at porn. Try something new. It's private. I mean, and I don't just mean look up butt sex and look at the first one and say, oh, no, I'm not into butt sex. You gotta like, explore it, you know, because, you know, who knows? I'm not into butt sex, really. Sorry. I'm more of a, you know. That's none of your business. Anyway,